Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. So let's continue intermediate machine learning. As of now, we have completed these three lessons. First, introduction, then we have understood how to handle any missing values, then we have understood how to handle any categorical variables. Okay, today we are going to understand pipelines and then we will do the exercise. But before that, let me tell you a simple thing that we all know. Whenever we do any data science project, we have to follow some steps, right? First, you have to gather the data, then you have to clean the data or do different kinds of EDA like structuring, joining, merging. Then you have to do feature engineering, creating new columns or selecting only those columns which are necessary. After that, we do modeling, right? And then we do prediction, evaluation. Then we have to deploy. So there are different steps you have to follow while doing any project. So what pipeline does, it adds all the steps in a single place so that it behaves like a single step. That will help you in many things. Think that you have two different data sets. One is training data set, another is validation. You have testing data set. So whenever you are making any changes in training data set, you have to ensure that you are making the changes in validation data set. Let's say there are some missing values in training data set. So whenever you are treating this missing value in training data set, you have to make sure you are doing the same process in validation data set, the same process in testing data set. Okay, so you have to do so much manual work and there may be some inconsistency. Here it may have changed but not in the testing data set. So there can be problems. Okay, so to solve this problem, there is a concept called pipelines. As the name suggests, pipelines means creating a pipe of all these steps together so that they behave like a single step. Okay, so it will help you to create automation, right? Once you put your data here, these steps will be automatically followed, right? Consistency will be there. Reusability, you can use it later also, right? And obviously efficiency will be increased. Okay, now let's read this, then things will be more clear. See, pipelines are a simple way to keep your data pre-processing and modeling code organized. Specifically, a pipeline bundles pre-processing and modeling steps so that you can use this whole bundle as if it were a single step. That's what I have said you. Many data scientists hack together models without pipelines, but pipelines have some important benefits. This is not necessary. Pipelines, it doesn't mean that if you don't create a pipelines, your project will not be executed. It's not like that. But it has some advantages. That's I have told you here, right? Let's see. Cleaner code, exactly. Accounting for data at each step of pre-processing can get messy. So with a pipeline, you don't have to worry about keep tracking or training data, validation data at each step. So it is a cleaner code. Fewer bugs, fewer opportunities to forget any pre-processing step. That's what I have told you here, that you are making some changes in training data set, but you have forgotten to do the changes in validation data set. So these types of problems will not occur. Okay. Okay, easier to productionize, so it can be hard to transition a model from a prototype to something deployable at scale. So we don't have to worry about that also. So these things will be taken care by pipelines. Now let's read the example. Melbourne housing dataset that we have seen before also, right? So you have training dataset, validation dataset, Y train, Y valid. Okay, this is how it looks. Bedroom, bathroom, land size, longitude, year build, and you have to predict the price. Okay, we know this dataset. Now see the pre-processing steps. How a pipeline bundles together pre-processing and modeling steps. We use the column transformer class. It will help you to do this, to create this pipeline. So this imputes, the code below imputes the numerical data and missing values applies one-hot encoding to categorical data. In our last class we understood how to handle categorical data, how to handle missing values, right? So this is a code. I will describe this code. First, they have imported column transformer. It will help you to create the pipeline. Okay, pipeline. The class is needed also. Simple imputer. Simple imputer will help you to pre-process the numerical data to impute the missing values in numerical data. Okay, that we know. And one hot encoder is used for encoding the categorical data. Right? That's also we know. So first you are pre-processing the numerical data. So you are calling the simple imputer class and you are giving a strategy. Strategy you can change, okay. And here they are pre-processing the categorical data. So for categorical data, first they have imputed the missing values with most frequent. Most frequent means you are using actually the mode value, right? And one hot encoder, they are applying it so that it gets encoded. Okay, I hope you remember what is one hot encoder. Converting the categorical variables to numerical variables, right? Okay, now see how to bundle. So preprocessor equal to column transformer, transformers, numerical columns, categorical columns. Okay, so in the transformer you are sending the numerical values, then you are sending the categorical values. See here, whenever you are calling this numerical transformer, it will go here, numerical transformer. So it will impute all the missing values. Fine. Once done, you are calling the categorical variables. So you are calling categorical transformer function. So it will go here. So all these steps will be done. First, missing values are treated. Then one hot encoding applied. And now this is completed. Okay. So it is bundling the pre-processing step. This step and this step. Both of them steps are together. Okay. Now you have to define the model. So they have used random forest regressor. We know what is random forest? Collection of decision trees. Okay. So n estimated, number of estimated is 100, random state is 0. Now create and evaluate the pipeline. Finally, we use the pipeline class to define a pipeline that bundles the pre-processing and modeling steps. There are a few important things to notice. Let's say with the pipeline, we process the training data and fit the model in a single line of code. So in contrast, without a pipeline, we have to do imputation, we have to do one hot encoding, we have to model in separate steps, and this becomes really messy if you have to deal with both kinds of variables, right? Okay. So with the pipeline, we supply the unprocessed features in xvalid to the predict command. The pipeline automatically pre-processes the features before generating the predictions. Okay. So you are taking the validation data set, you are passing through this particular pre-processing. So automatically this pre-processing will be applied on your validation dataset as well. Okay. So without a pipeline, you have to remember to pre-process the validation data before making any predictions. Okay, let me tell you once again. You have make some changes in your training dataset. Okay, you have imputed the missing values, you have done one hot encoding. Now, while predicting, you have a different dataset, that is the validation dataset. Okay, or I can say that testing dataset. So in that scenario, you have to apply all those steps which you have applied in your training dataset to get your result. So you may forget that, you have to remember that. So instead of taking so much pressure, you just create a pipeline through which you have passed the training dataset. Through that pipeline, you will pass the validation or testing dataset also. Okay, so you don't need to remember all the steps, and it will go through all the steps and will give you the predicted result. Clear? Okay, now see, mean absolute error, you know, this is used to calculate the error. So here we are connecting them. See, steps are, pipeline steps are preprocessor and modeling. Preprocessor means you are calling this one. Okay, so in validation data set, you are calling this preprocessor. That means all the data points will go through numerical transformation, which is described here. Then we'll go through categorical transformation, which are described here. There may be many steps, okay, but it will go through all the steps. Once it is applied, then it will go to next step. What is the next step? Modeling. So it will call this one. So it will go through random forest regression. Okay, so you are making things simple so that you don't need to remember these things. You don't have to remember this one, you don't have to remember this one, then you have to remember the modeling. You may forget some steps. So this will help you to make these things organized. Okay, now you are fitting as you have done before also. You are predicting, you are calculating the error. Okay, so pipelines are valuable for cleaning up machine learning code, avoiding errors, and are useful for workflows with sophisticated data processing. Okay, but it doesn't mean that without pipeline you cannot do your project. You can, but you have to do some unnecessary manual work. There may be some errors, there may be some inconsistency, you may forget some steps. So to avoid all these things, try to use pipelines. That is the thing always used in any industry. Okay, now let's do the exercise. So this is the setup. And see, we are doing the trend test split. Remove rows with missing target from the predictors, break off the validation, categorical columns, numerical columns. Okay, fine. Let's run this. This is the data set we have. Okay. Okay, now Now let's see column transformer. So we have imported column transformer, pipeline for creating the pipeline, simple imputer for treating the missing values in numerical columns, one hot encoder for handling the categorical values. Now random forest regressor, that is the modeling, mean absolute error for calculating the errors. Okay. Now see pre-processing for numerical data, simple imputer, strategy. Categorical data, let's say simple imputer, strategy, and one hot encoder ignore. We have learned these things. Okay. Thing that if I tell you changes this most frequent to mean value. Suppose, okay, in any scenario. So if you don't use pipeline, what will be the problems? You have to make these changes for training dataset, for validation dataset, for testing dataset. So you have to make the changes 3 times and you may miss sometimes. So instead of doing that, if you just write it in a pipeline format, you will just change here and everything will be fine. Okay. So it is so much organized, you understand. Now you are bundling the pre-processing. Column transformer, so you are passing the numerical transformer, numerical columns, you are passing the categorical columns. Okay. You are defining the model, you are pre-processing you are bundling the pre-processing steps and modeling. Okay. So these are the pre-processing steps and this is the modeling steps. Okay. You are fitting the model, you are predicting this model. Okay. So this yields for value of mean absolute error, whatever it is. So you are understanding how the complete thing is working together. Now, improve the performance. Now it's your turn. In the code cell below, define your own pre-processing steps and random forest model. Okay. So they are telling you to do the numerical transformer, categorical transformer, and column transformer. Same, right? For numerical transformer, I'll write this one. Simple imputer, strategy, constant. This one. Okay. They are telling you that if you want, you can improve. But if you don't want, you just I'm doing the copy paste. Okay. Now for categorical transformer. Categorical transformer, pipeline, you have to follow these steps. Imputer, one hot encoder. So instead of one hot encoder, you can use something else also. Or instead of most frequent, you can use constant also. Okay. So you can do some steps here. Okay. Now preprocessor, you are connecting these two and now you have to define the model. Here also instead of using random forest, you can use something else. Okay. This is your job to experiment. So, okay. Now, let me run this. I have not made any such changes. Why? Simple imputer is not defined. Okay. Fine. Now run the cell code below without any changes. To pass this step, you need to have a defined pipeline in part A that achieves lower MAE than the code above. You are encouraged to take your time, try out many different approaches and to see how you can get the MAE low. Okay. Okay, so this is your job. I will tell you to do some changes here, like change this strategy here. Instead of one hot encoder, you can use label encoder or anything else. Then use instead of using random forest regressor, use XGBoost or linear regression or any method you think depending on your data set which one will be the best one. Okay, and try to make it lower. Okay, that you will be doing with that you have to do by yourself. Okay, so that you have to do by yourself. Now here let me run this. We don't need to make any changes. They have already given everything, fitting, predicting, calculating the error. Okay. Now generate text prediction. So pre-process of your test data and fit the model. Okay, they are telling you to pre-process the data. So here the name is my pipeline. So let me copy this. My pipeline dot predict. Predict will be done on testing dataset. Okay. Perfect. Now let me run this. Okay. So run the next code cell below to save your result in CSV. You can submit in the competition. Okay, so we are done. You can submit the result. In our next class, we are going to understand about cross validation. If you want me to create more videos, please subscribe my channel. Meet in our next video. Till then, bye. Happy learning.